Hey everyone, this is Bryce with Central Florida Dent Repair, back again to talk a little bit about the Stanliner flat tip snake set. It's these guys right here. You can see they are skillfully crafted, handcrafted tools. These a little bit more unique than your typical snake because they have that flat head right here, which allows you to move some pretty deep stuff very cleanly and accurately without having to worry about the possibility of doing crazy irreversible damage to a panel. So you got some relatively deep shots that you want to remove. These are going to be phenomenal for that because essentially this is like a dolly on a stick, and anytime you can get a bare flat piece of steel on the back side of a dent, especially with it being so flat like that, it's just like having that dolly effect on the back, and it moves that metal. It's a wider surface area and it moves that metal nice and clean for you. So we're going to go through a couple of the tools here. Hope you stick around. We'll dive into some of the different uses of this tool and show you how it can benefit you along your PDR journey. So stay tuned. All right, so we'll start off with the smallest one here. This is a 1/4 inch stock, and it's got a 12-inch length. Great for getting inside doors, like right through the factory access holes, like these little plug holes right here. Pretty phenomenal for driving the tool right inside there and getting a relatively deep shot out. And then you have this guy right here, which is this 5/16 stock. It's 15 inches. And these are all the straights that we're seeing on the end here. These three are straights, and then the last one's gonna be a raised. As you can see, it has that raised effect there. But it's pretty much just like a double bend for the most part. This one is going to be 3/8 on this one here, 3/8, and it's actually a 30-inch length, and this is also a 3/8 at a 30-inch length as well. So here's a demonstration of some basic pushing. You want to find that sweet spot, as you can see, and you can also see us dragging, and then we can also do a finishing if we wanted to change the angle as well. Now, getting the right angle and finding that sweet spot, oftentimes we have to do a little bit of bending, and that's going to make all the difference when you're in a tight area like this. This is a Tesla hatchback. So here's where this tool is going to really shine. Got a really deep shot on the front of a hood, some really tight access, got our small access hole there. We're going to use the 1/4 inch diameter tool here, and we give it a slight little arc to get it in there and get the right sweet spot for this tool to be fully functional throughout this repair. And this is a kind of sped up stitching effect, you can almost say, but you're not going to do any crazy modeling of this highly metallic paint here like you would if you were to use like a really sharp tip tool in there. So that's the real benefit of using a flat, wider surface area tool such as the flat tip snake like this. Now, don't get me wrong, you could still model the paint if you're not careful. You just have to use precise pushes and precise pressure and just kind of be on your toes at all times when you use these tools, especially when it comes to a really deep, overstretched area like this. And if you're not familiar with the term model, that's M-O-T-T-L-E. Essentially, that means that you put too much pressure, too sharp of a tool on a highly metallic paint finish, and it just changes the way the paint reflects in the sunlight, and it looks terrible. Got a couple hail dents on this Chevy Traverse. I'm going to show you this razor tool here. The razor tool is actually very beneficial. We're going to combine the razor tool along with the flat tip snakes to do this repair through some factory openings. It's a really nice thing about these tools. They're 3/8. They reach a far distance. It's about a 37-inch tool, and we're using the heel to push off of the inner structure to get some really nice big fat pushes and really clean pushes, speeding up the process. Really highly beneficial tool as well. Not a tool I was going to highlight in this video, but it's a combined effort of both of these tools together to give us a final product. And like I said, we're going to use the 3/8 opening, which is really nice. Not too bad of a crease here, but we're using a combined pushing style along with a dragging technique that you'll see here shortly to get the full benefit and usage out of this tool. You see that basically an impression right there in the quarter panel. We're going to drag that crease out. Gives a much cleaner repair outcome, way less cross-checking in the end, and overall time, it speeds up the amount of time involved on the repair. And I probably have about maybe 5 minutes into this dent, and it looks fantastic 5 minutes into the repair. You'll see under the light reflection I'll show you shortly. This one has a little bit of paint damage, but customer just wanted some touch-up paint put on it, but came out fantastic. But what about the mother of all overstretched dents on this Dodge Ram door? Man, this thing was deep. But ultimately, we were able to fix this to a super high level. This was done during one of my training sessions with a student here. Did a phenomenal job repairing this. As you might know, the beginning stages of any deep, sharp dent repair are critical, and we use that flat tip snake to give us that bare steel kind of dolly effect to bring that deep shot up. And then we finished it off with, I believe it was a Stanliner sword towards the end. And we had to actually use the power PDR box on this as well to give us just a simply amazing result. This was literally a flawless repair in the end. I could not believe that this thing came back the way it did. Came out great. So if you're on the fence, don't be. Just go grab them. They're handcrafted, awesome tools to have in your arsenal. StanlinerTools.com. Thanks for watching.